Welcome to my madness, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be taking a look at my weekend haul. And oh, what a haul it is. I might have gone a little bit overboard. I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section down below. Did I go overboard this weekend? I mean, look at what you see here. This is all just one weekend trip, going out a few places on Saturday, going out a few places on Sunday, and then there are a couple of these things that I actually did pick up online that did get delivered over the weekend. I count that as a part of my haul, but that was only like 3 of these items. But the rest was just me going to different shops, and I went to a flea market this weekend and just picked up a bunch of stuff. And the cool thing about it is I didn't pay a lot of money for any of this stuff here. Well below retail for the things that are new, and for the things that are used, I paid a really, really good price. So I'm very happy, even if I did go overboard. But obviously, you can see here at the front, we got a whole lot of DCUC. DC Universe Classics is a line I am just now getting into because I missed the boat back when it came out in 2007. I wasn't collecting at the time. I'd kind of gotten out of collecting back in the late 90s. You know, in the 2000s and the early 2010s, I really wasn't collecting. I didn't get back into collecting until around 2015. So, you know, about 8 years ago now, give or take. And I just kind of missed the boat on these. I mean, by the time I got back into collecting again, DCUC wasn't really a thing. They were doing the DC Multiverse stuff, which was a decent line, but at the time I was just mostly focusing on, you know, Marvel Legends mostly, and then vintage Star Wars and G.I. Joe. And then, you know, McFarlane came along, started doing some DC stuff. I did pick up quite a bit of McFarlane stuff, which I've recently kind of just become very disillusioned with, to be honest with you guys. Not to go into a whole story on that, that's a whole separate video, but I've decided to start purging my McFarlane collection in favor of DCUC figures, which I just like a lot better. So we got a lot of DCUC stuff here, along with some other stuff. Let's go through and see what we've got. First up, we do have this guy right here, who is obviously not DCUC. This is DC Icons, which is another line that I am currently somewhat collecting anyway. I've got a few of the figures. I really like this line. It's really, really great. It is smaller than, let's say, DCUC and Marvel Legends, that kind of 6.5-inch scale figure, which is what I would prefer, which is why I don't collect this line a lot, but they do got some really good figures, and I do love them quite a bit. So we got Miracle Man there from DC Icons. The rest of these figures that you see before you that are loose figures, of course, are all DCUC. We've got Laser Eyes Superman. We've got Superman with the black logo. I forget what they call this one. Kingdom. Yeah, it's not Kingdom Come Superman, but I don't remember what that one's called. But he's got the black logo on his chest. We've got Cyborg Superman in his Red Lantern attire. Of course, we've got the Young Justice, Aqualad. We've of course got Ted Kord Blue Beetle. We got Firestorm. Back here, we've got what is this the guy's name? Is it King Pharaoh? I forget his name. Like, he's such a small DC character, but I know I've seen him in comics and stuff before. Is it Golden Pharaoh? Maybe it's Golden Pharaoh, something like that. I don't know. The character himself doesn't really do anything for me, but the figure is just great and bright and vivid and just looks awesome. I love that dude. And then same thing with this guy right back here, Killer Moth, is just an amazing figure. Like, he does look like something that a kid drew and colored, but he looks absolutely amazing. I mean, I just love that dude. Look at that, with the wings and everything, the crazy colors. I just love the way that figure right there looks. Of course, we've got Eclipso back here. We've got Commander Steel. We've got our Young Justice Batman, which I do like that look for Batman. We've got Dr. Impossible. We've got Star Sapphire. And then this figure right here, which I absolutely love. My Lex Luthor in power armor. This thing is amazing. This is the best power armor Lex Luthor figure that exists, in my opinion. If you think differently, if you think there's a better figure out there, leave that in the comment section down below, because I'd love to know what you think is better than this one. You might convince me, but you'll have to do some serious talking down there in the comments to convince me there's a better one than this. This thing is absolutely amazing. I 100% love this thing. He's freaking fantastic as far as I'm concerned. So, picked up all those DCUC figures. Loving it, loving it, loving it, absolutely hands down. Of course, had to go by Ollie's, picked up a few things there. Ollie's had their, oh, look at the shine on that, coming off of my camera there, or off my light. Anyway, decided to go ahead and pick up Dengar. Don't have him with my Black Series, so needed to pick him up. He was $7.99 at Ollie's. While there, went ahead and picked up we got a Tusken Raider there. They had them for $7.99. So if you're looking to like Army build Tusken Raiders, go to Ollie's right now because they got a ton of them. Then of course went by GameStop, picked up the Gamerverse Scout Trooper, the Riot Scout Trooper. He was $13.50 or something like that. And then I had $10 worth of coupons at GameStop on my account, so I got him for like $3.50. Then, of course, another trip to Ollie's. Look at that, knocking stuff down. Another trip to Ollie's. We got another Johnny Storm, which I'm going to do a custom out of. Again, $7.99. Looks pretty good. And then my flea market finds here. Of course, we've got Superman and Batman in their Dark Knight Returns attire there from DC Multiverse, which again is just kind of a rebranding of DCUC. I mean, a little bit different articulation, specifically in the hips and the upper legs, but in general, these are essentially DCUC figures. At least these are. There are some that are much different, and as the line went on, it became much different than DCUC. But these are still during the time when the multiverse stuff was pretty similar to Mattel's DCUC line there. So just a lot of cool stuff there. A lot of DC stuff. A lot of DC stuff. Building up my DC collection as I'm purging my McFarlane DC stuff. So there you go. There is my weekend haul. Hope you enjoyed it. Would love to hear what you guys think in the comment section down below. What do you think of McFarlane versus DCUC? Because I'm definitely going to do a video on this at some point. And what do you think in general of DC versus Marvel? Because I've always leaned towards Marvel myself. I love DC. I mean, I grew up reading Superman. I love DC, but as I got older, into my early teens and things like that, I gravitated way more towards Marvel, and I've always been a bigger fan of Marvel than DC. So my collection has kind of reflected that. My Marvel collection has always been bigger than my DC collection, but I just have fallen in love with this DCUC stuff that I just missed the boat on the first time around. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and always remember to enjoy your collection.